Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on the GRAVEBORN account. We're going to go ahead and push the faction account, see how we can do. We're on 25-29, so just a little bit behind the light bearers. As you can see from the heroes, we're still working on building Oden. Not sure about who we're going to build after that. For the GRAVEBORN account, we have a lot of options. We have Shamira, we have Baden, we have Oden, which we're trying to get a couple more copies of. Kelthar, not too sure, so it's kind of up in the air on who we're going to focus on with the GRAVEBORN account, but we do have 21,000 diamonds. We have a ton of gems. I've been pushing the towers a lot, as well as the event that we're almost done with the Celestial Isles. So let's go ahead and get into the bag. As you can see, we have 8 elite stones. So like I said, been pushing the towers significantly. So even here we get a copy of double copies of Nara. Very nice. We get Solus, we get Titus, Iran, Lucius, and Namora. So very, very solid pull with the elite stones. We do have 18 of our rare stones. So we'll go ahead and collect up a couple of heroes there. So we know right off the bat we're going to be able to add a star to Nara, which will bring her to 4 stars at this point. So she is another hero that is almost completely done on this account. We already do have, looking at the heroes here, we have Nara at 4, we have Thorin at 4, we have Pharrell at 4, and we also do have Grez, and we have Isabella, who is already at 5. So that makes for a very, very interesting wish list, and that's one thing that I want to look at really quick. So we added Thorin in here, we dropped out Grez, we dropped out Isabella, as we continue to go get more copies. So as long as we can get copies of Pharrell, of Nara, of Thorin, we can go ahead and get them to 5 stars. Oden, we need more copies. And Torn, I would love to see to possibly replace Grez in the future in the tanking role or just as the damage role. So let's go ahead and get into our summons here. We do have 56 scrolls. Like I said, we pulled a lot of them from the Celestial Isle event, which is good. A little bit of rare cards there. So getting into the summons, we have 22 faction scrolls, 21,000 gems, and 56 regular scrolls. So not only is it going to be a couple cards, is we're going to get a lot of emblems as well. We've been banking the emblems. Oden is already at plus 20, and we have our first elite right there, which is, look at that, Mizoth. He's a hero a lot of people want me to build, and on my main account, I am going to go ahead and build him. As soon as we get Mahira done, very, very lucky pull there to unlock Mizoth. I cannot wait to see him built. Again, after we get Mahira built on the main account, we'll go ahead and we will focus on him. So here, again, getting a lot of rare cards, as you can see. And we'll get into the gems. A double there, which is very nice. A copy of Pharrell. I'm not sure if we have another one, but that might be enough to 5-star Pharrell. And we got another copy of Titus. So we'll go ahead and continue the pulls here. A couple more rare cards. I figured we'd be full pretty soon. And there we have Titus and we have Naru. So we do not have another copy of Pharrell at this point. So we'll continue our summons with the heroes being so close to 5 stars. I cannot wait to go ahead and complete this team and have 5 heroes at 5 stars in the one faction. And another elite there, which is a copy of Torn. There he is. Have him in the wish list. Definitely want to build him as well. If we can pull a couple more copies of him would be absolutely amazing, so we could get him up a little bit higher, because right now we are just sitting on a lot of GRAVEBORN cards essentially, and a back-to-back, which is a copy of Tassie. Definitely a good pull for the Wilder account. 4 more rares there. Going through a lot of gems pretty quick here. 4 more rares, so not even getting that many rares. We got 2 more pulls here. Here's another elite. Hopefully it's a copy of Torn, so we can get him Elite Plus, which is Pharrell. That will give us our final copy of Pharrell. So we'll do our last pull here, which, watch, it'll probably be, I was going to say another copy of Pharrell. But we do have a card on the table, which we'll go ahead and swap over here really quick. So there is Pharrell. Do our Smart Ascent, and that brings Pharrell to 5 stars. Already has his signature item plus 30, so we can actually swap them out. It'll give us the little wish list warning saying, hey, Pharrell is now 5 stars. You might want to swap them out of the wish list. I'm thinking out of this team, so we do have fodder on the bottom. We have Kelthar, we have Isold, and we have Baden. I think, honestly, I'm going to go with Chimera. Just for the fact she is used significantly in the lab. She is used in some of the Twisted Essence bosses. So we're going to stick with Chimera. I have a lot of copies of her already, so she's going to be relatively easy to build, especially when we're getting further into the stages, because we're starting to 5-star heroes, so we don't need to buy copies of Grez anymore. We don't need to buy copies of Isabella, and I believe Thorin is the only one that we still have to buy copies of. We do have 2 Graveborn pulls here, so hopefully we can get at least 1 elite out of 2 pulls, which 5 rares there. Final pull here, which is an elite. Very nice, so we know it's going to be a Graveborn. Copy of Torn, another copy, very nice. We do have 1 card on the table, a couple more emblems there. All right, so let's see what we get. It is Baden. We got a lot of copies of Baden too. Let's go ahead and check out the store really quick. I think we can get a stone out of the barracks. Go ahead and use that one, which is a copy of, look at that. We got Orthos and we got Mizoth. Very, very good session. Go ahead and complete these 2. All right, so let's see who we got here. So Torn, we got up a little bit higher. All right, so let's see. So on the Lightbearer team, we already have Rowan, we have Belinda, and we have Lucius. So definitely a good combo there. We have double copies of Rose, so when we get a little more fodder, we can take Rose to Ascended, and then we do have a bunch of other fodder there, which I'm considering using Falks. I know he's really, really strong CC, but I'm going to save my Ascended heroes. That way we got a little bit more for them. On this one, we have Titus, and then we do have Brutus, as you can see. Brutus and Scragga was building, Titus for damage, Sophia, and Kasos for damage, so we'll continue to build them. Wilder account, Iran, of course, is the main carry, so we'll go ahead and add another star to him. As well as Tassie, we already have at 2 stars. Trying to build Saurus. We've only pulled 1 single copy, which I got out of the 10th floor of the Celestial Isles event, so we've never pulled Saurus on this account. That is how we unlocked him last time. So looking at the Graveborn, we already have 3 copies of Chimera. We have 2 Baden. We have 4, I think 4 Elite plus Naru. Which essentially we could get Chimera up to Mythic Plus, because Oden, we didn't pull any copies of him this time. And I believe we still do need 3 more copies of him. And look at that, 3 5-stars on the bottom. So team is getting very, very powerful. We are banking a ton of emblems. That's why I'm thinking about getting another hero up. If we had 2 more copies of Torn, we could get him up to at least Legendary Plus, and probably get him to Mythic as well. So looking at this team comp, I'm going to go ahead and just save it, just because we have 5 heroes that are very close to 5 stars, and we do have Oden there. Pulled a copy of Orthos, which we've gotten really lucky with Orthos, as you can see, as well as we got our first copy of Mizoth. So let's go ahead and look at the heroes themselves. So Strengthening Gear, continuing to use our faction change scrolls. Trying to reset. I like it shows, the update shows exactly in the bottom who can use the faction, which is very, very cool when you reset it. We'll save for the Lightbearers because we do have Lucius at this point. So Strengthening Gear. I believe we just do have another stone here, so we'll go for the boots. And with the Lightbearer, again, having Rowan, having Rose, definitely worth getting the boots up a little bit more. We'll go ahead and get a couple more stars on them, as well as the Celestial Hat, because eventually we will have the twins, as well as some other Celestials. But he's looking really well, really good as well. So here, as far as the signature items, we've been leveling up little by little. We do have a significant amount of Primordial and Amplifying, but again, we're saving them for a hero like Torn, because essentially if we get Torn up, if we get 2 more copies of Torn, we can probably take him at least to Mythic. We can at least take him to his signature item plus 20, which will be ideal. Baden, I don't think we're going to build. I know he does drop off pretty hard. Same with Chimera. I'll build her eventually, but right now really just sitting on the copies. And as we continue to get more copies of other heroes that we have 5 stars. If we get copies of Isabella, if we get copies of Pharrell, as we get copies of Grez, just out of random pulls, we can go ahead and include them in the fodder as well because they're already at 5 stars. So that about does it for the team itself. So we'll get into the campaign push 25-29. So already almost halfway through chapter 25 at this point. Didn't really have much improvements, even though we did a lot of summons, got a lot more copies of heroes, even getting the double copy of Torn. But we're going to stick with the team, sticking with the rotation of Isabella and Oden to see who is more powerful. I'm really loving Oden with his energy disruption and his formation disruption. So very, very cool to see. So let's go ahead and get into the campaign. So as we continue our progression, 25-29 is where we left out. Let's go ahead and level up our heroes. As you can see, we're at 259 finally. This will take us to 260. I think this is about all of the hero essence that we have. Continue, we might, which we got to 261. Adding a lot of power to this team's 262 already. And continuing, we have more than enough, which 263 there. We have more than enough experience. We're just going to be running out of hero essence soon, which is what we've been doing on all of the accounts. So we went all the way to 263. We'll be able to get to 264 next time. So let's go ahead and start 25-29. We'll swap Nara to the bottom so they can pick up Sylvana, taking Sylvana right off Isabella, which is exactly what we want to do. As you can see there, Isabella is doing a ton of damage as her attack hits all 3 targets with her lightning bolt, which just boosts her damage to absolute insane level. Just have Veden left, and as you can see, the team died pretty quick there, but let's go ahead and look at the damage. So Isabella with her 3 bolts, 6.4 million damage on that stage, which is very, very nice. That is her plus 30 signature item and why it is so vital to have her plus 30. So this one we'll go ahead and we'll swap Nara to the top so she can pick up Nimisu. Nimisu, again, with his totems, just like Grez, a big, big distraction. When your heroes start getting bogged down with either minions or with totems, your DPS shifts from actually being on the heroes to being on the non-playing heroes or the NPCs. That way, that's where your damage goes. So 6.2 million there, 3.5 from Pharrell. So Pharrell doing some damage on that one. 25-31, we got some Iron Dwarfs. Again, we'll leave Nara up top for Pharrell. Only one we really have to worry about this one is Tassie with her CC. And Thorin with his Taint ability is very, very powerful. But looks like we got Pharrell down there. So Nara will actually just grab her next target, which now it is on Tassie. Tried to get Thorin, didn't work, so she went right back to Tassie. Third time, all over Tassie that entire battle, which is awesome. And they're 8.3 million damage from Isabella. And that's what happens when they completely leave her alone. She can stack damage so, so fast. Nara again in this one will go to the bottom to pick up Sylvana. That way we can keep her off Isabella, letting Isabella just free cast. As you can see, that was a pretty crazy banish there from Tassie. But once Grez starts getting minions up, very, very hard to kill him. Because again, the heroes turn around and try killing the minions. As you can see right there with Naru. He actually turns around and starts killing the minions. Doesn't worry about the heroes anymore. He is just completely focused on the minions. As soon as the minion goes down, it heals Grez. So that was our first boss stage. 8.2 million damage there from Isabella. So looking at our next stage, which is 25-33, we've Thane. Thane is pretty difficult to deal with. A lot of times Thorin takes care of him pretty well. Just because, as you can see there, Thane and Hogan killed Grez pretty quick. Because Grez is another hero that needs to scale. So he actually needs time to build up the minions. If he doesn't have time, he can be bursted down very, very quick. Even though we did get the win on that stage, he did die pretty quick, even at 5 stars with a plus 20 signature item. This one, Nara will go to the top to pick up Sophia. We don't want her to cast her static field. So even there, Grez again. Nara's going down pretty early. Grez is going down pretty early. All right, so he's got his minions up there. Like I said, as long as we can keep the minions up, and there it is, Cirrus turns around to attack the minions, leaving our heroes completely alone, especially with this comp, because we don't have support. 7.2 million there from Isabella. As we continue our push, 25-35, just a couple stages behind the light bears at this point. We have 2 dwarfs here, which the dwarfs push right to the back line. So as you can see, the dwarf, again, goes right to the minion, leaves Isabella alone because he was focused right on the minions, which Isabella should be able to take him down. He's going to turn around, focus on the minions again, which once Grez can get the minions up, it's usually pretty much a win as long as he can scale, taking all the damage from our team, putting them on the minions. Almost 10 million there, 6 million from Pharrell. So absolute perfect execution there, 25-36. Again, I think we'll leave Nara in the bottom for this one to pick up Pharrell, just because we don't want Pharrell to CC. When he does his Terrify ability, as you can see, he almost did it there, but we interrupted him with another Impale, which, even though Nara went down, we should be able to get this one. Perfect. Had the minions up. They were coming up strong. 8.7 million. Again, if Isabella is left to go ahead and cast by herself, just can absolutely destroy teams very, very fast. Here we swapped in Oden. This is a very, very tough combination with Gorvo due to his stuns. He kind of runs all over the map. As you can see there, Pharrell went down really quick. We did pull some energy off of Namora, stacking everybody perfectly together. Look at the stack of heroes. All of them died together in one little pile. So even there, 3.8 million, 6.5 million from Isabella. The combo, so this one I actually swapped out Nara, as you've seen, just because CC is always effective, but look at how they put the heroes together here. Grez went down really easy because, again, if he doesn't have the opportunity to scale, he doesn't do really well. And the other thing is with Oden is once a hero dies, or once he dies, he'll continue to do damage. So it looks like this is going to be a defeat here unless we get a Thorn Cheese, which unfortunately we don't. But like I was saying, the Thorn Cheese, but Oden with his disruption and actually stacking all of the heroes together, plus taking the energy, is such a powerful, powerful ability. As you can see here, we should be able to get this one down. And Oden continues to attack even though he dies, which is his plus 20 signature item ability, which is very cool. So 8.5 there from Isabella. Continuing 25-39, and this will put us 2/3 of the way through 25. So again, just a little bit behind the light bears. Isabella is casting like crazy. Her cast speed with Dura's artifact just makes her so powerful, and she casts at so fast. But here we do have Thorn left. Not going to work out with the cheese, so I believe this will go ahead and be another defeat. And as Golas gets stronger and stronger, Nemitsu is healing, so we're not going to be able to get through here. Still not doing the Thorn Cheese very effectively. I think I've done it once or twice, but we'll give it another go. 25-39. Isabella there, just casting, that's 2. After she does her third one is when she just starts unleashing massive bolts on 3 targets. And look at it, time after time after time again. She is just doing a ton of damage. And even here, Golas can't do anything with his ult because Oden steals all of his energy, which is ideal. 7.19 million damage there, so over 7 million damage from Isabella. 25-40, 2/3 of the way through this. I know Iran's going to pull Thorn and Pharrell, but we stacked up everybody perfectly on the bottom, even though Grez cannot hold them, which is what we find a lot of the time. Grez is just getting absolutely destroyed if he doesn't have an opportunity to get the minions up. And again here, perfect setup for Thorn Cheese. That's why I can't wait to get his plus 30 signature item. Because even here he's taking a ton of damage. As you can see, Thorn's portals are still open. Fortunately a defeat because we don't have the plus 30 signature item at this point. But we'll go ahead and stick with this team comp. We might have to swap some more damage in here, or some more CC, excuse me. Trying to keep Grez alive a little bit, which he had a minion up, went down, now he's got 2 minions up there. So we should be able to get this. Iran went down, and we still have Isabella and Pharrell are both up. Oh, but the sleep. We're not going to be able to get goalless down. We're not going to have enough in this team comp to get both of them down, especially with Tassie banishing. All right, so let's try swapping in. I'm thinking Nara at this point, or we'll swap in. Yeah, we'll swap Oden for Isabella, and we'll go with Nara. So Nara's going to pick up Iran so we don't have the pull, hopefully saving Thorin there. And look at the banish on the bottom. Caught Pharrell mid-fear. But again, Grez just gets absolutely run over, which is devastating to this team. That's where I'm wondering if Torn is going to be able to replace Grez just because he doesn't have to scale quite as much. But I know with him being of the hero or the warrior class, might be a little bit different with kind of the build, which I think we should be able to get this one down as long as alt doesn't wipe us, which it does not. All right, so there, look at that, 11.5 million. So Thorin carried that stage completely, 2/3 of the way done with chapter 25 at this stage. We got 19 or 20 more stages to defeat, and we'll be into chapter 26. So we swap Nara to the middle here to pick up the Spider Queen because, again, we don't want her webs. We don't want her CC. And there you go. So Nara is CC'd, even though Oden just took her somewhere else. Nara actually brought her right back, which is a super powerful combination. So if you know who Oden is going to teleport, as you can see there, as soon as he teleports away, putting Nara on a target and then Oden teleporting the hero away multiple times while Nara's bringing her back seems like a very good combination. 6 million there, 4.2 from Oden. So again, doing a lot of damage with his disruption, with his energy reduction, just such a cool hero. Here we do have Nara on Sylvana, just like we usually always do. Sylvana goes down really, really quick. But Nara grabbed Goalless, which is usually a bad move because Goalless, as he gets stronger, kill ability, ultimate ability doesn't work on him because he is too strong at that point. And it looks like we got K-Sauce that's doing a absolute monster amount of damage with his ult and just burning through our entire team. Nothing to do on the immunity because, unfortunately, our immunity killer is dead at this point. But this is going to be pretty close as long as we can take down another hero. So another defeat there. Let's go ahead and give it another try. Again, we'll grab Sylvana. But look at that. Oden died off the bat, which is never a good sign to get absolutely destroyed at that point. So we've got Thorin in the bottom that can just tank everybody, as you can see, as well as K-Sauce in the bottom. Pharrell goes down to the poison, which actually is still up there. We got Brutus down, which is good. A fear. And look at the amount of damage Goalless can take. Just an absolute monster. So we continue on the ads. We continue on the cheese. K-Sauce is distracted over there just killing the minions at this point. So we got Goalless down, but look at that. K-Sauce's ult just wiped out Pharrell. It's going to be very close. I think we're going to run out of time on this one. It is time. Oh, if we had another probably 3 seconds, we should have been able to get that one down. All right, so again, Sylvana. Oden needs to be ascended to not only do a little bit more damage, but also increase his survivability. That's going to be the big thing. But look at how fast he casts. And how fast he takes energy away from other heroes is just absolutely insane. He is such a powerful, powerful hero for shutting down entire teams and shutting them down really, really fast. Now we're there with the kill shot, so we got this one done. Let's go ahead and look at the damage here. 5 million, 5.3, 5.5. Absolutely perfect. Some of the battles are not so concerned about the amount of damage, but it is about CC, especially if you're fighting burst teams. CC is way, way more effective than bringing raw damage. This one's going to be tough just because they have Warwick. Warwick's shield, if we don't have Nara on there doing a lot of damage, Warwick builds up his stacks. As you can see there, he's got his 3 little burning teddy bears. Even there, we just picked him up and Oden dropped him somewhere else. But Goalless, again, Goalless is a good counter for Nara because Nara cannot do enough damage with her ult to actually get through the defensive shield. So here we don't even have enough defense or damage for to get through his shield. As you can see, he's going to block everything that Pharrell can throw at him because of his little shield. So powerful. I wish he had the survival when I use Warwick, but unfortunately, I don't see that kind of survivability when I use him, even being ascended with stars like I have him. Even there, again, Grez just gets absolutely destroyed. As a tank, I know he does have to have time to scale, but as a primary tank, that's where I think Torn will come in handy. Having Thorin as a primary tank and then Torn as the off tank, hopefully with a little bit more survivability, because Grez does get absolutely destroyed. And look at the stack. Every hero perfectly stacked in a nice, neat little pile, just waiting for a huge ult. And also I've heard that Oden works so well with Iran. So running with Iran and Oden, both of them together are just absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the team comp. Even here, 6.5 million. Just because Iran will pull the heroes together, Oden can pick up the last hero as CC, putting all 4 heroes together. And when he does do his teleportation, the AoE damage it does hits all of the heroes that he's getting dropped into. So makes it for a very, very powerful combination between all of them. Again here, very tough with Scrag. Scrag is a hero that you can't CC. So even if we have Nara, very, very limited CC with Scrag. Scrag just has the ability to run players over, essentially. As you can see there, Grez just gets destroyed from Savius. Which, even though we should get Savius down, which I believe we got him down right there, but having the damage to get through Brutus and Scrag, and look at the CC there on Thorin, could not do absolutely nothing. 25-44. Again here, we can get Sophia down pretty quick because we don't want the static field to be cast. But again, Grez is just dying way too quick. We can't have Grez last for just a couple seconds. We need him to survive just a little bit more. And here we got a 2-on-1, completely run over there. There's the stun, even though we're not doing any damage at all. Even look at his heal. Even the heal overall is absolutely nothing. So 5 more kills there for Scrag. Let's go ahead and swap Thorn to the bottom. I'm hoping that he can live a little bit longer versus Scrag. And again, Thorn gets just absolutely destroyed with Leica doing the armor debuff, the 25% defense reduction, just getting destroyed in this campaign stage. And Scrag's little iron jaw that keeps running through for a stun. So they have a lot of CC and they have a lot of damage in this team. Even the taint ability is taking out Leica pretty much all by itself. Even here we didn't have enough damage to take down Sophia in the top, so she was actually still up. So that will conclude it. After trying that stage probably about 20 times, we cannot get through it. I did edit out a couple of those, so let's go ahead and collect up our loot, and that will do it for the GRAVEBORN account. Just a couple stages behind the Light Bear. I believe they're probably about 8 stages ahead. So let me know in the comments what you think. We've got a lot of copies of Heroes today. Super excited about the progression, and as always, thank you guys for watching.